Hey guys, welcome back to the Daily Departure. I am in Minnesota right now, actually, with the cutest little dog. But I just flew up here this morning. I'm at my sister's house right now, and I'm gonna be here until about Thursday or Friday this week. I'm not really sure, kind of depending on when flights are leaving here and what the flight loads are like and all that fun stuff. I'm gonna leave either Thursday or Friday, but I'm up here for a week because I have like a bunch of different doctor's appointments, super fun stuff. I wanted to just say this because I'm so excited, like almost cried today because I was so excited. It just was like felt so good. I picked up my badge and my flight attendant tablet. So I got my flight attendant tablet here, I got my badge in this bag, my keys. I told this story on my Instagram already, but if you're not following me, go ahead and follow me. Link is always down below. I went this morning because I got to the airport pretty early. I had like 40 minutes, and the appointments that you could make to pick up your tablet and your crew badge only took like 15 minutes. And I tried to have one last week, but I stupidly forgot my second form of ID. So I was like, I'll just come in later. And they were like, yeah, just stop in. Like, we have some open times. Sometimes it's slow. Stop in and see if you can get your stuff. So I was like, cool. I'm there super early. They probably just opened. I was like, maybe I can sneak an appointment in. First I went and got fingerprinted and then went to pick up my other items, but hit a roadblock because they couldn't get the spreadsheet with like all the flight attendant information to work. Like she couldn't get it to scroll to the end, which like had all the information about like me picking up my stuff. So that was like problem number one. And then we couldn't find my badge. She was like looking through the thing of badges and was like, I don't see you in here. Which turns out my tablet and my badge were actually already in a bag, which was in the other room in a drawer, because when I had come the week prior, the guy who was working put all my stuff together and put it in a drawer in the other room. But we couldn't even figure that out at first because we couldn't get the spreadsheet to scroll, and all the information with saying like it was in a drawer in the other room was on the spreadsheet. So we finally got my stuff, and then she was going to get me checked out. Well, there's like these barcodes on the back of it, and she had to scan them. She couldn't get the scanner to work either. And I was like crunch time at that moment. Like I had to go through TSA like real soon because my boarding for my flight was going to start. But yeah, finally got it figured out, and then I sprinted through TSA. I have pre-check, so it was like super quick. I literally flew right through. The gate was like one of the first gates in the terminal, so that was perfect. But I got there and boarding hadn't even started yet, and it was time to board, but it hadn't started yet because I think the plane had come in late, probably because of weather or something. But the gate agent then like was waiting to give me my seat, and I'm like, there's like 20 open seats on this plane and we're supposed to be boarding now, so whatever. Finally got my seat and I made it to Rochester, so I'm gonna be up here for a couple days. But yeah, it just feels so good to have my work tablet. Like I was so happy earlier. I felt so emotional. I was like, oh, I'm gonna cry. I just feel so happy. But again, I won't believe it till I see it, until I have my April schedule and know I'm actually coming back to work. I don't know if this is real or not, so I'm like, I don't know, but I have my stuff right now, so we'll see what happens come April. I really didn't think that we honestly came as a huge surprise to me. So am I gonna go back to flying? As of now, yes. We will wait to see what happens April 1st, but yeah, I have my career ID. Like it's crazy to see this again. I'm gonna get Chipotle later. I might work out. I've been doing spin on the Peloton bike a lot, but obviously like my sister doesn't have a Peloton bike here or a treadmill or anything, so it's too cold to run outside also. So I think I'm gonna do some HIIT classes and see what the rest of the evening brings. I would love to know if any of you guys have traveled anywhere in the last couple months. Also, like, I know places are opening up a lot more. Some people are still hesitant about flying. Some people are comfortable with flying. Vaccines are rolling out and that stuff. So I'm really curious to know if you guys are comfortable with flying, if you're still hesitant about it, if you've gotten the vaccine, or kind of like what your thoughts are on like traveling right now, because I know it's like so crazy. But I was just looking on ID90 right now to try to find some different hotel deals and stuff, because it's just like fun to see what's out there, give me like some ideas and options, especially because we were actually supposed to go on a trip in February. We had this boat trip planned with my boyfriend and some of his friends, and we've honestly been trying to do this trip for over a year, like a year and a half, but this is like the third or fourth time that we've canceled the trip. Like we keep planning it out and then canceling it and planning and canceling it super last minute, especially because a lot of the places that we like planned it to will be open and then all of a sudden they'll like close like 2 weeks before we're gonna go. So I'm just like really struggling to find places that like we feel comfortable flying to, and also a lot of places now are requiring you to have either like, you know, vaccine, proof of vaccine and stuff going in and out, and then also like COVID tests and then coming back into the US. So it's really hard to do like these shorter trips because you have to have, you know, like 3 days prior to going a COVID test and then 3 days prior to coming back a COVID test. So it's like, okay, you really can't go for like 2 days, which is something like I'm used to doing, like going for 2 days and stuff. So it's just kind of crazy. But I also wanted to point out that ID90 is rolling out some really awesome features on their app lately. For all my friends that have flight benefits, you have to download ID90 and create an account so that you can use Flex. This is ID90's flight load exchange system, and it basically allows you to get flight loads from airlines that are not your own. So let's say you're flying from Chicago to San Francisco and you're trying to go on a different airline. You can drop a request in the app, and somebody who works for that airline who has access to their flight loads can tell you how many seats are open, how many non-revs are listed, and give you a heads up on if the flight is, you know, worth it to try to get on. And then you can also do the same for other people. So if somebody from a different airline is wanting to know loads from your airline, you can help them out and tell them if there's seats available. This is so essential to non-revving. It helps so much to know if there is even a possibility of getting on a flight. So I highly recommend downloading the ID90 app, signing up for an account, and using the Flex program because it will help you out so much. A lot less to stress about when it comes to non-revving. And then of course they have dark mode as well, so if you do make it on that flight and it's a late night flight, you can book your hotel or your car rental right on the app without being blinded by your phone. So another perk of the ID90 app, so you guys gotta make sure you download that and sign up for an account. Okay, it's day 3 of being in Minnesota. Yesterday I literally like didn't do much. I was actually pretty productive, but nothing interesting. I went and got my hair done, which feels really good. I was really excited. My friend was able to squeeze me in and get me an appointment because my hair like needed some freshening up so bad. But I basically like worked out, did some productive stuff, worked, and then got my hair done. That's like pretty much all I did yesterday. But it's the next morning and I am just downtown right now. It's like 7:20 in the morning. Like I mentioned, I have doctor's appointments today, and I am here because I'm going to Mayo Clinic. If you've ever heard of it, it's like a world-renowned hospital clinic. It's in Minnesota. Like pretty much like all of Rochester is Mayo Clinic. Like if you live here, like, you know, nurses and doctors like just dominate the industry here. It's pretty interesting. But I have an appointment at 8, so I'm like a little early. And I don't want to go in the parking ramp just yet because I'm actually like 40 minutes early. I hate being late, so I was like extra early, but I'm like, oh my gosh, I could have slept in like so much more because I'm so early right now, but that's okay because I'd rather be early than late. I am here because I have a cardiologist in Rochester that I come to see. I was born with a genetic heart condition called lung QT. I know I've probably never talked about it before. I really don't talk about it a lot, but I just thought I would share because I really do think it's an interesting part of my life, and it definitely has a lot to do with like my life and my story. So I figured I would share it in this vlog because, you know, I'm here and I'm going to appointments. So maybe I'll show you later what my appointments, or maybe I'm thinking about maybe making like a separate vlog on it just to share with you guys what my appointments are like when I do come here, because I don't come very often, but maybe like every couple years or so. Also, I left the house today and I had to turn around and I was like a minute out because I was like, I forgot my mask. Like, I'm usually not very bad at forgetting to grab my mask, but today I did. So thankfully I didn't make it very far and I was just in the car. So I turned around and grabbed it. But wow, it's been a while, I feel like, since I've forgotten to grab a mask while I'm leaving the house. I just had my first COVID test done where they like put the swab up your nose. Not as bad as I thought it was gonna be, but also wow, it was pretty intense. Now my nose is like super itchy inside, but I don't know how people have gotten that done like multiple times. Like, it's pretty awful. I made it back home. I have my Holter monitor on. I am actually going to film a second vlog sharing with you guys more specifics in regards to my lung QT and the tests that I'm having. I'm filming it at the same time right now, so I will eventually link it down below and up above if you want to check that out. If you're interested in hearing about my story and what it's like living with lung QT and having these tests done, I'll give you a little bit more information about that because, I don't know, I just feel like it's kind of time to share this side of my life. Oh my gosh, I just ran up the stairs and I'm like so winded, but I'm gonna go for a walk outside. I just figured it's a little bit nicer today. I think it's like in the upper 30s and I don't want to do anything too intense for a workout just because I have this heart monitor on, and I thought it'd be a perfect time to just take like a nice stroll outside. And I'm just looking for my tennis shoes right now though because I can't find them, and I usually keep a pair here for like running and going outside. Anyways, I'm gonna end this vlog because I'm gonna finish the rest of my trip on my lung QT vlog. So if you guys are interested in seeing my story with lung QT, you can go ahead and check that video out when I post it, so don't forget to subscribe to the Daily Departure. But I think I'm also gonna fly back home to Chicago on Friday, which is in 2 days. I think I'm gonna take like the early morning flight out, which shout out to my boyfriend's friend Tyler for giving me flight benefits for his airline. Really great because I lost all of my flight benefits and my Zetting benefits when I got furloughed, even though I'll get them back in April. We didn't know how long it would be, and he had an open spot on his passes, so he gave me them, which has been super helpful actually. It's like really helped me when I've been in a crunch to get up here, and the flights are still so limited with my airline, so it's been super, super helpful. So I'm really grateful that he did that, and I really, really appreciate it because that's how I'm gonna get home on Friday. Otherwise, there's no possibility on my airline, so love that. But I'll see you guys next time on the Daily Departure.